title control initialized.
Hey there, folks. It's another sit rep by me, Hod, and I am now casting a 3v3 matchup between. Well, both teams are. I would have to say they're both equally balanced, right, in terms of skill level. So we have on the bottom left side we have Legato, uh, playing as Smart, and we have Peppa, who I think people have not yet known him in my channel. He is picking as Arc. And we also have WhoCares, who went for the early expansion. Expanded here first so that he has control of the three Tiberium points that he wants to be assertive with. And currently we have on the top right side, we have 2FA playing as Ukraine and Upps as well as Iraq. And the other guy who is pretty much known in the ORA community, I'd say, and I've casted a couple of games with him, we have Creo playing as France. So, just a short tip, just a short mention to you folks that this is my second time trying to cast through this one. For some reason, while I was casting this, I had like almost 10 minutes, 9 minutes or 10 minutes of no record. It wasn't recording anything, so I have to go through this again. All of my breaths are wasted. But anyway, we have Oops pushing in, trying to take away this oil for himself. He has an engineer ready. He's just making a couple of rifles in order for him to have an escort for the engineer and secure this for himself. So Peppa was supposed to be taking that earlier, but the only problem with Peppa for that thing there, why this came to be, is because primarily Oops is expanding towards outside, whereas for some reason the barracks is placed in the back for Peppa. So point A to point B, point A to point B, instead of like Peppa being like having an advantage over there, it became not in his favor. Anyway, Legato is seeing the problem, and he's pinging right now. Okay, use the engineer, capture that. I am sending in my troops in order for to provide cover for you. So currently, this is pretty much taken away by the team. And here we are seeing Creo pushing in. Creo is pushing in, destroying this, but it does seem there's two base defenses over there. If anything, they have to be careful. I'm not sure if they're gonna be aware of that. 2FA is taking the hospital under his control. Pretty good. That's pretty much what you need as Soviets. Currently, we are seeing an airstrip being placed here very aggressively. It's on the corner, it's on the edge. Currently, with Creo's APC providing armor in front, he also scouted out that the airstrip is here. So, if anything, this team here is now aware that WhoCares went for the early expansion. Like, WhoCares is not here, WhoCares' base is over here. We are seeing a couple of action on the sides. And Legato sending in a couple of infantry in the back lines. And here, folks, we see WhoCares microing, queuing up the targets for his rifles, destroying the infantry first before having them like auto attack on the APC. Pretty good micro over there. Currently, there's nothing else being said here. Yeah, he said shit to mid earlier because he tried to secure this for himself. And there's two guys, two armies worth. Well, Peppa only have 5 rifles there, but you get what I mean. Currently, we are seeing nothing much gonna happen. Ooh, there's a BTR over here. Ooh, that's 2FA. So there's a BTR over here. Oh, okay, so that's what ticked off. That's what ticked off. Okay, so Oops running over this fence ticked off alarm bells to Legato, because I was watching it. I'm like, okay, how did Legato know that he has to set like the way Legato plays? If he hears something, he presses the select all combat infantry or combat units key, and then send them to direction where he thinks they are needed. And I was like thinking, okay, he might have used the Venom scout out, right? But I think it's more on this fence that made a sound, because that would make sense in hindsight. Yeah. Currently we're seeing him do that, and him microing that informs him that okay, there's a BTR over here. He has to deal with that right there. Anyway, on the other side of the map, nothing much is happening over here. We do see Creo pushing forward towards his first expansion, and the BTR trying to go through this direction, but unfortunately there's a lot of rifles ready for whatever's inside that BTR, and right now Legato's pinging his teammate Hater something over here. Apparently not much. Where's that rifle? Oh, okay. Not much is happening. Ooh, we see Peppa using his JJTs to deal with the problem. Pretty good overall. 1, 2, 3. And Oops pinging on his teammate. Hey, what is your ore truck doing? Ooh, good micro right there by 2FA, protecting his V2 from the Venom with the use of the BTR. And ooh, just in the nick of time before he could have died. Oh, pretty good play right there by Legato. So let's have a quick check on the statistics, folks. We have Legato. I'd say he's on break even right now. Peppa and Legato on break even, or maybe it's even worse. It depends. Depends of how many we have stuff producing. WhoCares has 4K, considerable amount of infantry. He may be converting them into cyborgs later. And we have Creo, Upps, and 2FA more or less on the mid-range level of like break even, like usually around 4K. I think of 4K as like you have like extra money to, like, if ever there's a harvester being destroyed, so that's extra money. And if it maintains at 4K, even though you have everything constantly producing, that's how I think with like mid-range break even. But anyway, we see all players with the exception of Peppa having 6 harvester, Peppa having 5. Interesting so far. And now let's see how many production structures does each player has. We have 2FA with 1-1 build, Upps with 1-2 build, 2 war factories, and Creo right here with 1-1 as well. WhoCares with 1-1. We heard him make the commando. Time to rock and roll, folks. And 1-1 with Peppa as well. Whereas we have Legato with 1-1-1 build, with the use of the helipad providing him the access for Venoms. So does anyone research anything? Creo went for the economy policy. I forgot to mention, but this is 1.07.1. This is not dev test 1.08. So there are some stuff here that are not yet are not in 1.08. We see the oil derricks do not harm nearby infantry, not nearby vehicles when they explode. Ooh, good play having the BTR in front. And I think it's gonna die. No, it's not. And we now see an IEC has been made by 2FA, an atomic reactor as well. That this is way too forward for my liking. Is this an aggressive atomic reactor? Maybe. And we just saw Upps pinging his teammate, hey, you're not producing anything. Wake up. And we are now seeing Upps pushing forward onto 2 armies. And right now, because of the appearance of this side here by Legato, he is pressured to pull back, requesting assistance from his teammate here with 2FA. 2FA pushing in with the use of his tanks. And right now, he does not have anything else except for Boris, but Boris goes down because of the venom made by Legato. And again, both sides pulling back because they saw like they're being outmatched or outnumbered by the enemy. Ooh, so we have here a detachment here by Legato. Unfortunately, with this medic narrowly missing out, but it should have been a big problem because he sees this being attacked, right? It should inform you you're under attack. And right now, in the middle, we have Upps going against two armies at the same time. But it does seem like Legato's pulling back. However, Peppa is not pulling out. He is gonna fight to the very last breath. But unfortunately for him, there's actually a lot of V2s for him to deal with. And right now, Legato is using the chance, having infantry and troops right there, to stall out any sort of reinforcement from reinforcing this. And unfortunately for 2FA, he will be losing out his MCV right there. Going over here on the bottom right side, we have Creo pushing into WhoCares. WhoCares actually has a huge portion of his infantry trying to convert into cyborgs. Unfortunately, it may be a very bad timing right there by WhoCares because Creo decided to actually go in right now. Where's WhoCares MCV? WhoCares MCV is over here, so they are not able to reinforce with any defensive structure or turret. He loses out his refinery over there. Pushes him back a little bit. I'd say Creo in some sense win that fight. And it does appear WhoCares is gonna be running out of money. Currently we have Legato's detachment earlier. Thank you for your sacrifice, good sir. You've done a great job for your country. And they are not paying the BTR. They're very anxious at that one. Anyway, some pingings here. What was that? Not even 100% sure. Anyway, we actually just see WhoCares running out of money for the production, for the conversion. And he's just making a refinery in order to get this, right? Legato being scouted out by 2FA, the use of spy plane. Right now, Legato needs to react to that one, but no need to worry because he does have troops nearby in order for him to react on time. And right now, we are seeing Upps pushing in from point A to point B in order for him to be able to react to anything that happens in the battlefield. Unfortunately for this one yak right now, does not have any ammo. He's trying to snipe out the commando right there. Upps should be able to do that. And we do see Creo pushing back into WhoCares once again. And it does seem like the attempt was made, but the commando did not die in the process. With the use of the SSMs right here, WhoCares is now stabilizing his site in order for him to survive. And anytime right now, he should be able to finish converting all of the infantry that he used earlier into the Temple Prime. Peppa is doing everything he can to support here, but however, they should be aware on this push because if Legato loses out on this one, pretty much a huge damage to the left flank. So right now, Creo is doing a 2v1 on that side, and Upps is now doing a 2v1 also. No, I mean Legato's doing a 2v1, so Legato's gonna lose out on his MCV. A portion of the troops right here by Upps is separated in order to divert a lot of infantry, a lot of the tanks right here from reinforcing into the MCV. Good play right there by Upps. And an IC has been used on top of this area. And Creo, with the use of the Battle Fortress, is now pushing in. Not much you can say there. And right now, Legato has to react. He needs to scout out where the other parts are, where the outer detachment is, and he is able to see them. Currently, he is a bit conscious about that one, so he needs to deal with that. And a bombing run! Oh, it was not enough to kill off the battle fortress in one go. I was actually expecting for that to happen. Anyway, we do see a Kirov airship being made, pushing in. He is Iraq, so they're not as strong as Russia's Kirov against that one. But with the appearance of the cyborgs, it does seem like they really need to deal with this one. Tanya is on the side trying to kill off the infantry. There's no more heavy tanks in front of it. There's no more heavy armor. Tanya might die, and there goes Mrs. Adams. Mrs. Adams is dead. And right now, they are now pressuring. Oh, with the use of the V3. And right there, the Temple Prime is saved by the Force Shield. I am feeling like Legato's used that for his side right there. And unfortunately for them, Upps is also pressuring on Peppa on that side right there. And another IC has been used, ladies and gents. We are seeing Boris on the side trying to attack a lot of the infantry right there, but I don't think it's going to be anything productive. If anything he could have done there, he could have used it to pinpoint targets from afar. And unfortunately, that pretty much ends the onslaught right there by Upps. As he had to support down. He had to support Creo, like push back the push. And oh, just barely enough. Oh no. Feel bad for Upps, feel bad, man. He was not able to destroy the MCV with the limited units he had over there. And we do see not much gonna happen here. Legato trying to provide escort to his SMCV. Currently we have 7 SSMs pushing into the base over here. Creo is calling in for the cluster mines in order for him to pick off, possibly pick off enemy forces that runs on top of it. WhoCares? WhoCares has lost 1 blob right there, and an Iraq bomb has been used. Oh! Friendly fire to the Harrier by Creo. By Creo's Harrier going down without anything to say over there. I can only feel bad for him. Right now we are having a zone defender trying to pinpoint the target on that one guy. He could have A-moved actually. I don't know, I find that funny. Currently we have Drone Man making a lot of tank, and Legato currently expanding over here. He does not have to worry though, he has 2 harvesters ready to resume any sort of harvesting operation. And currently, like WhoCares has expanded on this side. He does not have to worry too much on the harassment, I'd say. So right now, folks, it may seem like both sides have stabilized their stuff. Ooh, I see people are actually making V3s in this one. Upps and 2FA are making them. So the only weakness with V3s is that their missiles are targetable by static AA. And we do see Legato asking for help with the use of the subterranean APC, pressuring here, and with the use of the Venoms, he should be able to pick off any infantry that's gonna be coming there to assist. Right now, here comes another push right here, and we are seeing bombardiers used by Peppa. Peppa, that's not the best way to use it. Go around and pick off buildings from afar. Don't use them as part of your army. And an IC's been used on top of the MCV, but we do know that Venoms are right there. They should be able to pick off this. That's too early, Legato. That's too early. Yeah, that's what she said. Anyway, oh, never mind. He's not having this. He's not having this bullshit. He's poking. He's poking. Ah! Okay, pretty good, pretty good. Ooh, and a force shield's been used on top of this one. I think it's because of the V2. V2 is right there by Upps. Force the force shield over there. And if anything, WhoCares need to deal with that one right away. And IC's been used over there, forcing Peppa to pull back. Currently, 2FA is reinforcing his side. Unfortunately, everyone's way too far away, you know. 2FA. 2FA's to 2FA for him to reinforce his side. So he might lose a considerable portion of his base over there. I'll have to say, if anything has to happen, Upps need to divert a lot of his troops trying to provide assistance over here. Anyway, we have Peppa being pressured by a singular V3. And currently the V3 by Upps right there, trying to attack on that one. Not much. Ooh, that war factory is destroyed. And right now, as I said, this will be destroyed. Potentially this area will be destroyed. If it's not reinforced right away, folks, they will be destroyed. And right now we are seeing a Harrier use with Creo using Harriers. I am hearing a commando somewhere else. Not here. It has to be here. Here. Yeah. Again, folks, they need to deal with this problem right now. I said earlier, if Upps does not provide assistance to this tidal wave on the top side, it's going to be problematic for them. However, it does seem like they're going to be committing into this push right here. Attacking, and the Venom was successful and picking off Boris on that side. And we are now seeing the last side on this area right here. Ooh, Creo! Good micro by Creo. But unfortunately, the problem is not over. Oh, I don't think there's a flak armor right there by Legato. But it does seem like both sides are going in, hands down. They are pulling out everything that they can do here, folks. We are seeing Peppa trying to hold on for dear life, and with the use of the zone defender, using their defensive shield, riding infantry with a lot of armor. They are trying to sustain, but I think it was a bad timing because all of the aggro was on top of the heavy armor and not the infantry. And now Commando IFB by Creo. This is the time when IFB is still heavy armor. Look at this shit, bros. Look at this shit. It's so tanky as hell. If this was done today, 1.08, that would die. That entire column of infantry, it was tanking shots, it would die. And we do see a Commando IFB having vet 3. Ooh, no. Right now, Creo's pushing in. Creo's pushing with everything he has. However, Legato has to use his IFBs, his Venoms right there in order for him to provide us some sort of stability. Currently, WhoCares is running around, and they're asking to destroy this. No, they're asking for Upps, for assistance on Upps right there on his MCV. Unfortunately, he lost. No, I mean War Factory, but unfortunately he lost his War Factory, and we do hear a demo truck has been made. Folks, it's been a very, very tough ride, this one. Currently, we are seeing Legato pushing forward to the next expansion in order to keep up with the pressure. And right now, Upps is calling in the Rhino tanks. Oh boy. Legato does not have any immediate tools that he can use to deal with this problem. He's going to lose out on this one. Potentially this and then this. Or perhaps he's going to go here and then here. Well, maybe just this one for now. And right now, with the appearance of... I would have to say, with the appearance of the Commando IFB in this area right here, saved a lot of the hassle they could have experienced right there. Upps pushing back into here. Cap, getting information, getting the expansion, and WhoCares just pinged here. Do they not see this? They see it. That's their spy satellite. Oh no, no one's paying attention. No one's paying attention to WhoCares. Oh no. But anyway, WhoCares being a tricky guy over there. That's just how he do. And a lot of Venoms right there running around, and an IC is being used. And again, I don't think they're paying attention of that one. And demo trucks used by Upps onto Legato. I don't think Legato's aware what's happening over there. And boom. Right now, they're now pinging on the right side. Oh no, WhoCares? Creo? 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 The IC's hacked? Oh no, the IC's hacked. Oh no, I did not see how much time it had. But I would have to say, I think it restarted it. Oh. And another Harrier dead. Because of friendly fire. Oh, that is nasty. Right now, they're pinging right here. Guys. Guys, attack. Anyway. Legato lost his MCV on that side. You know what? If Upps actually if Upps used the Rhino tanks that he had there, because like they had a spy satellite, they know, and destroyed Legato's MCV with 2 demo trucks. If Upps used his 3 Rhino tanks, attacked this, and then dropped the A-bomb with the use of the Badger bombers, Legato figuratively would be out of the game as far as vehicle production goes. Like, you could whittle him down because he has no MCV, right? Like, I don't see him having another airstrip Man, imagine in a timeline where Legato lost his MCV and Oops thought, okay, I'm not gonna attack this, I'm gonna attack this instead. Right? I mean, like, Creo had Harriers. It could have dealt with the problem. Man. I'm just thinking of the possibilities. Right now, we are seeing Legato does remake the MCV. However, does seem like a huge problem right there. Oh, Sokoi is down. Huge problem right there on this team. WhoCares is destroyed. WhoCares is dead, folks. It's now 2v3. Currently, I'm very sure they saw this. They should have saw it. And right now, it's a concave attack. Legato's attacking in, pressuring Oops to pull back. And a truck has been loaded again, once again, folks. Ooh. And with the use of the Commando AFB, trying to deal damage right there. Ooh. Right now, Kirov airship doing everything that he can. Oh, they were low powered? Oh, it's that one, never mind. Did he just friendly fire the Kirov? I think that's what happened. Anyway, bottom left team is not yet over, folks. They're still not yet dead. I think Legato's using the Venom in order for him to go around trying to pick off the MCV. I think that's what's going to happen here. Or he's going to focus fire on that one because he feels like that's too much of a problem. However, they are now aware that there's a lot of stuff over here with the use of the oil direct because it was not destroyed, providing them with information that Peppa is now trying to attack onto the middle side. And right now, Creo is the only one ready to attack. Ooh, the AA gun spawned by Creo. Pretty good. Taking down at least 5 of the Venoms right there from Legato. And right now, with the use of the Cryostorm hits you! My god! And the cluster missile's been used on this side. Ooh, bro! Oh, all of the Zone defenders has used the defensive shield right there. Defensive matrix on. Unfortunately for the Cryostorm, there was no follow-up in that one. It would have been great. However, with the troops right here by Peppa, diverting attention of Legato just for a moment, and he is able to pick off 2FA's MCV. I am so sorry for you, 2FA, but you are out of MCV for now. Does he have a war factory? Two FA's out of the war factory? What is this game, brothers? We went from 2v3 and now potentially it's gonna be 2v2. Oh no, 2FA. You are gone. And we have the subterranean attack right here with from Legato. Is it he used the IC? Yeah, I was gonna ask for that one. Use the IC on that. However, there's some sort of push somewhere. Nowhere. Anyway, we see, yeah, 2FA is pretty much dead. Ooh. Oops managed to save everything here. But because of the IC there, he has to be a little bit defensive when he's gonna push. Oh. Creo got spotted on the bottom side. I do not know how that came to be, but he got spotted. Oh, AA gun on the mix. Oh, one Venom is dead. Oh my god. Currently, we're seeing Venom. Ooh, I'm so sorry for you, good sir. You are dead. Ooh, this is not generals where you have a pilot. Just have it go inside a plane. It shall recover its vet. Man, the only thing Peppa's making right now is Peppa. Brother, Peppa's composition right now is literally anti-heavy. You have battle drones for anti-heavy armor and light, and you have zone defender for the same reasons. He has nothing against infantry. Yeah. I'm hearing attacks. Ooh, Peppa's pushing in here. He's not attack moving, it seems. Currently, there's something over here. What was that? Anyway, Legato's secured his position over here. I would say Legato's pretty much good. Yeah, folks, like in the timeline where Legato lost his war factory, it would have been deadly. We would not have this game, I would say. We would have a good game, but not as chaotic as this one. Ooh, two Venoms are dead. Ooh, Creo taking down the aircraft right there from Legato. From around like 4 Venoms to 2-1. Currently, Creo has 3 battle fortresses over here with Tanya inside in one of it. What I'm pretty much curious is, would he be able to? Okay, so if there's something that if there's something that they could do to FA, does he have radar? 2FA doesn't have anything. 2FA has a power plant, and like I think you could ask for like spy plane from Upps, then scout here. If like you could see like Legato's pushing there, it would have been great. Potentially could take the nod tech. And right now Legato's pushing in with full infantry. A couple of them are cyborg elites. Not much to say. And holy crap, that's anti-heavy right there. This composition, 46k, and Creo's using Harriers on top of. Oh no! Not like this. And right now, Prince has been used on top of this area. Eat lead, eat lead. Right now, Legato's focusing on Boris. But he is being concave. Oh my god. Oh my god. Upps just pulled a Hannibal rather, on top of Legato. Circle around, and we do see an atomic bomb being used on top of this area. May not be the best use. Yeah. That is pretty sad. Currently we are seeing Legato pushing back in. However, Upps is now supported with Creo's battle fortress, forcing Legato to sell everything over there. It's still okay though, because he has the stealth harvester intact. Currently, we are seeing 2 BTRs and nut detachment. So right now, it could go either way, folks. So, 2FA's been making engineer. He's been making nothing but engineer. Does he not have? Brother! He does not have refinery. He's just getting money from the oil derrick. That's funny. Right? Yeah, he's 0 harvesters. Spectator mode on. Oh my god. Man, we are seeing a push here with Upps taking the front line. However, with the appearance of the battle fortress, and they are now being IC'd. Right now, Legato's pulling back. He cannot take the fight. And if there's anything that's gonna happen right there, he's gonna have this destroyed, and potentially, if there's anything that they could do, Peppa would have to do something. 52k worth of troops, 60k worth of troops, bro! This area is outmatched! They have everything! Ooh! Right now, Legato's being pushed back. Why did they force shield on this? There's better targets than that. Oh, A-bomb. Oh, Cryostorm and an A-bomb. Oh, how much damage? That's 12k worth of damage. Oh, can you? Oh my god, they managed to hold off. Oh, and right now, Battle Fortress is dead. They did everything that they could, and I don't think these rifles are enough to hold off everything over here. However, on the bottom right side, we actually see Peppa pulling out everything that he could do, destroying everything despite not having any sort of anti-building. Are this? Yeah, they're not considered as anti-building. And neither... Well, drones are okay. Ooh. Oh, was that... Oh, was that an APC? No, I actually remember this part in the stream. I think what happened here, Legato deployed. I don't know what was destroyed there. Like, there's a commando inside this APC, and it got killed as well. I'm not sure what was destroyed. It may be the extra refinery. That's the only thing that makes sense here. It has enough cells. Anyway, we are now seeing another pushback in the middle. With the use of the demo truck in the middle, a lot of the zones right here has craters. And right now, Legato has another detachment on this side. There's no immediate forces that could react to this one. The only thing I'm asking is that, are they aware? And yes, Upps is aware. I would say it's because of the venom going above, or maybe Upps just saw it. Currently, folks, we are gonna be reaching the apex of this game. I guess we already reached the apex earlier. But slowly approaching the conclusion. There's just an amount of stuff you could do, right? Ooh, the BTR is picking off 2 of the Venoms right there. And with the force shield right there, stopping any sort of push on that side. And right now, I feel like this push right here started the end. May have it. Man, I've seen this before, man. I've seen this in a television episode before. This exact spot, these exact troops being dropped in the back, and this exact target order. Ooh, cluster missiles used. Probably not the best. However, with the troops right here diverted, and still the same conclusion, they were not able to destroy the Temple of Nod. No. And however, right here we see Upps being pushed back again. Currently, Legato was able to sneak in the middle, attack, cause disruption in the middle, and right now pushing back Upps on anything that he does. A lot of the... Ooh. That's really dangerous. Oops. And Venoms are just right there, picking off infantry one by one. I don't think this game can still go either way, folks. Although 2FA is pretty much out of the game. no need to ask for that one. IC not really used to great measure, unfortunately. And right now, Creo is being pressured back by Peppa. We do see another stealth APC going around. I wonder what's gonna happen. Anyway, we are seeing Creo pressured again, and with the appearance of the zone defender, this infantry is now gonna be tanky as shit. And again, Legato is still on the same location as his expansion. However, I feel like this is destroyed, this also destroyed. And my eyes are now on this side here. Are there anything that's gonna happen here? I'm guessing it's gonna destroy this and this. Yeah. Pretty much it. And oh, okay, so with the use of the atomic reactor, it was able to low power him. Let's say for Upps. Upps is pressured really hard right now. And right now Creo is using everything that he can. Zone defender 2 tanky as hell. And right now, folks, if there's anything left in this game, they would... Top right team are now on a lifeline right now. And because Legato is just planting C4s on top of very important structures, and that commando right there is dead. However, Upps right here is pushing in. He has 22k. However, I do think these Venoms are enough to deal with the infantry problem. Let's see, folks. Creo stabilizing his situation. Currently, Peppa running back to defend. Legato's expansion. And as I said, it should be enough. Sad to say, Eradicators, or like Apocalypse rather, are dog shit against a mass of infantry. Need to pull back. And I don't really think they should be able to pull a win on this one. Early Oops is now being pressured. Vulcan doing everything it can to destroy that one peacemaker right there. Peacekeeper. I don't know which one it is. Peacemaker, peacemaker. Keeper or maker. I don't play allies. The reason why I'm confused about it is because there's a unit in Red Alert 3 and it's the basic infantry. That's why I'm confused which one is it. Harrier has been down. However, I think this is pretty much GG. There's no way top side team could pull back from this one. Yeah, that's what I mean, folks. Like, imagine on a timeline where Oops used his drops and attacked the war factory, drop an A-bomb on top of it, and they could have won. But instead, because Legato was able to pull, jump back from that one, it kept happening. He could have been instead in a like life support. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. But it's not more on me being harsh to Oops, right? Like, it's just because I have what's it called, the spectator's advantage. I see everything, but he doesn't. So in his situation right there, it may have been the best thing to pick up the Temple of Nod. Like, that's the information he has. Like, he does not know Legato does not have a second war factory. That's part of the problem for him there. So the lack of information, but they had Creo, right? Creo providing him with spy sap. But again, just imagine in a timeline where this was destroyed, and then they would have W from this game. But if we had that, we would not have this very crazy game that's been played out by both teams. So far, I say great game to everyone. Everybody did their best with what they had, especially Peppa. Peppa, not entirely a person that you see very active in the server. Like, you can see him from time to time. And it was actually amazing he was able to manage hold of Creo. But again, as I said, it's either this recording or the previous one when I was talking and it was a recording. But both sides have equal, like, it's equally balanced, I would say. Creo and Oops as the good players or the great players on their team, and then you have 2FA who's decent, whereas you have Legato and WhoCares who are the great players on their team, and you have Peppa who's decent. Like, it's pretty much like that. If there's any disadvantage on this side, it would be Creo's lack of CA extensive knowledge. Like, he kept using Harriers to deal with the zone defenders. And mind you, like, Peppa was running a very anti-heavy setup right there. Like, he did not have Vulcans. It was basically just battle drones, zone defenders, and some medics. So it's very anti-heavy centric. Like, he did not have Vulcans like a good portion of the game until later. But anyway, folks, I hope you enjoyed this game. I hope you enjoyed this sit rep, and we will see you on the next one.
Battle control terminated.